It's Eliminator Boat Race, and stay tuned because today we have two other epic games on NES Quest, and either 2 or 3 will be not making it into the table. I can't remember whether it's 2 games aren't or 3 games aren't making it into the table, but we will be kicking some out and some will be coming in, so let's see where they end up. And we start today's show with Eliminator Boat Duel, which is actually a surprisingly really good game. And you are the red boat and you basically race one-on-one with a selection of characters on 25 different unique courses. It even says that in the manual, 25 unique courses. And this is my favourite aspect of the game, this part where you're behind the boat and you're racing towards the forward of the screen instead of the top-down view. I mean, yeah, I won the race, but I mean, don't get me wrong, and look at the score. 43 grand he got for winning a boat race. Now if you were getting 43 grand for winning a boat race, wouldn't you want to win a boat race? I would want to win a boat race. So this is the top down view on a different course, and I actually really like this game, and I think it's really underrated for what it is, because it's a good racer and that's all it needs to be. Obviously you've got a bit of different things about it, which you can have boost, and you can see me here upgrading my boat. I upgraded the engine because I'm all about speed and power, yeah. But you can also upgrade your steering, you can repair damage from the previous race and stuff like that, and obviously you can bash the other boat out of the way. Look at me boost, look at me boost. And it's really, I was quite surprised because it's really a fun game. You can see me picking up the letter N there, which I'm guessing is nitrous, but I don't understand whether you can have nitrous in a boat. Can you? Maybe everyone can tell me whether you can have NOS in a boat. But you can do that to him as well, bash him out of the way. And it's a really fun game. The sound's good, the graphics are good, and the gameplay is solid. And you know what that makes for? Them 3 things make for good games. So I was upgrading my boat, and the one thing that annoyed me was this bitch, Vicious Vicky. This race, did you see that race then? Start, finish. So basically, whoever sets off first wins. And look, she set off first, look. Oh my god, that annoyed me so much. I couldn't get past it, because you basically have to get a perfect start, otherwise you can't beat her. The bitch. Come back when you grow up, go away. Game over. So it's a class game and I would recommend it, and it's going to end up somewhere high, but how high is it going to get? And you'll watch this green guy in a minute bash me out the way. Keep watching. Keep watching. Bash, 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 bash. Bash, bash. So it's a class game and NES Quest will be back. Battle tanks, well, battle tank, singular, even though there's quite a lot in the background. Designed by Gary Kitchen. So the idea of the game is that you are in a tank and you are finding other tanks to destroy, which sounds pretty simple, and it is at the end of the day. You have 4 weapons to choose from: a 150mm rocket launcher, kaboom missile thingamajig. You have a wire, which I don't understand what it is. You have a smoke bomb, which shields your enemies, and well, no, it doesn't shield your enemies, it paralyzes your enemies for a short amount of time, and then you can blow them up, and then you have a 50 cal machine gun, which is always useful to have in a war, a 50 cal machine gun. So once you've found your enemies, like I have now, it's pretty simple to blow them up, and sometimes you have to speed up to chase them. You have a fuel gauge, so make sure you don't run out of fuel, and you can speed up and slow down. But once you've destroyed your opponent, the only thing I have bad about this game is that you'll be listening to the soundtrack for a long time because it takes so long to find the next tank. And I'm going to show you what the soundtrack sounds like. It sounds like someone's having a massive dump, recorded it, and then put it on repeat for us all to hear. Don't you just love game soundtracks when they sound a little bit like the tank, but quite a lot like someone's having a dump? But anyway, mission complete, get in. And then you go on to the next few levels, and I have to say this green level was quite a disappointment because the tanks are green, so it makes it harder because the tanks are camouflaged. Now I don't know if that was an intentional thing to do, but if it wasn't intentional, then it is quite annoying. So you've got your radar as well, and once you run out of missiles you can use your 50 cal, and the game is actually alright. So we'll see where it ends up in the NES quest table, and I'm destroyed. Kaboom! Alpha Mission! Now when I first saw this game I was like, yeah, Alpha Mission, yeah, shooter, yeah, this is gonna be awesome, and I was disappointed massively. And, well, I wasn't really disappointed as much as I was frustrated, because this game is the definition of difficult games. It's so hard to describe how difficult this game actually is. Like, I just died, like, then. And it's just, it gets to the point where it's frustrating. Now you can do this thing where if you collect parts of ships you can choose a different part of ships, and also have you noticed that they've spelt shield wrong? But I don't know if that's supposed to be spelt like that, but if it's not then you've spelt shield wrong. So once you've chosen your new awesome weapon, or new awesome armor / weapon, then the game gets alright and the game gets a bit easier. But when you're not at full strength or full energy and you're going really slow, this game is the most difficult game in the world. Also they've spelled shield wrong. So once you've done all that, also my camera might not be able to pick up a lot of things because for some reason it was skipping a lot of things. Like it says E12 there, but see, it's popped up with my score now. This boss is unreal. It was so hard. Like, it's not picking up me shooting him, but I was actually shooting him then, obviously, otherwise he would not have died. Area number 2. It really took me that long to get to area number 2. And so unless you know the game and you know what's coming at you, then you've got no chance. And I'm not even saying that lightly. You really have got no chance. So I picked up a few armors, and you pick up them E's as well. E is for energy. So I actually picked up enough parts to make anything I wanted, so I decided to show everybody what Thunder would look like. The Thunder power up, armor power up would look like. And it turns out it's pretty awesome. As you'll see, and it kills everything. So apart from this game being unbelievably difficult, this game is actually alright. Like, I'm blowing shit up with my Thunder! Shit, that was close. So you have to pick up them, so like, I'm slowed down now, I've lost all my energy, and look how slow I'm moving, and I've got to dodge everything. but them white things only come at you when they come onto you, so you can still kind of dodge them, if that makes sense. They only come towards you when you go head to head with them, so it kind of makes sense. Now, I'm not going to talk and listen to how long I last against this second boss. So, for episode 5, where does everything come in Nerd's Quest Champions table? Well, scraping in at number 10 is Alpha Mission. Now, not because it's so difficult, but because it's so frustrating. Battle Tank is coming in at 9th with some solid gameplay effort. Coming in at number 8, which is getting moved down from 7th, so something's made it high, is Abadox. 720 Degrees is moved down from 6th, and moving these games down is Eliminator Bolt Duel. This game is class. If you have a NES, go and buy it. Which means 1942 is still 5th. Coming in at 4th, and if you remember, moved everything down last week, was Dragon Strike, and still holds the record for highest entry since episode 1. Number 3 is still 1943. Number 2 is still an epic 10-yard fight, which means for the 5th week running, 3D World Runner is top.